On the other hand, for biconditional statements, what we want to do here is really let that prefix by do the heavy lifting, because that tells us the type of thing we're looking at. Remember, with these, we're talking about if and only if statements, which means what we're looking at are statements where we have a conditional in both directions. So if you want to think about it one way, you might see that the truth values are the same as a conjunction of both single direction conditionals. That is, if you've got statements P and Q, the biconditional is the same as looking at P implies Q and Q implies P. Where what we really need in order for a biconditional to be true is that our pieces have the same truth value. So if you want to think about that generally. If we've got statements P and Q, which have the standard setup for looking at just two things as usual, in order for the biconditional P if and only if Q to be true, we need to have the exact same thing happen. So here, both are true. That means that the biconditional is true. And then, interestingly, if both are false, the biconditional is false. You can think about that as being something like that trivial case, or those trivial cases we saw with the conditional, but going in both directions. Whereas for these two in the middle, we can treat this like the antecedent of that here, and see that that has to be false. And this can be seen as the antecedent of that there, because remember, we're essentially doubling down on our conditioning relationship, and that would also be false. And next we're going to take a quick example to understand how we can construct something like this using some more general statements, but not quite in this exact way.